If you're the type to feel bad when a woman ghosts you after giving it your all, close this video right now. What you're about to hear in the next 12 minutes is the most immoral, effective, and subtle method to make a woman obsessed with you without her ever understanding why. It's called emotional kidnapping. This isn't seduction anymore. It's pure psychological engineering. I'm warning you just once. If your conscience is fragile, stop now. But if you want the kind of power that makes her think about you at 3 a.m. without knowing why, stay. Like the video right now if you're up for it. And buckle up. We're going into the dark. There are two worlds in male-female relationships. The first is the one everyone knows. You play the good guy, you buy drinks, you send funny messages, you try to please her. You play by her rules, and you almost always lose. The second world, the one no one talks about in public. That's where you're no longer playing to please. You're playing to possess her mind. You don't create attraction. You kidnap it. And today, I'm giving you the key to the vault. Listen to this carefully. This is the foundation. No one falls in love with you because you're rich, handsome, or funny. People fall in love with how you make them feel, and especially with the story their brain invents to explain how they feel when you're around. Most guys spend their lives trying to be good enough. They impress, entertain, silently plead. The result? They become forgettable within 48 hours. But when you become the source of an intense emotional state, without ever saying why she feels that way, her brain does the rest. It credits you. It doesn't matter if you were the cause or not. You were there at the right time, you become the cause in her mind. It's emotional kidnapping, and it's unstoppable. Now add an even more insidious layer: implicit control. You never give orders. You never beg. You never negotiate. You speak and move like a man who already knows how the story ends. A calm, almost arrogant, but never loud confidence. You are the rock in the middle of her inner storm. And without realizing it, she begins to follow your rhythm, your breathing, your timing. Not because you forced her, because it's biological. Humans naturally follow those who seem to be in control of their emotions. That's where it becomes dangerous. Here are the 3 pillars of silent domination. Pillar 1. Elicit an emotional state without ever chasing her reaction. You don't make her laugh. You tip her over the edge. You say something that breaks her mask, just enough for her to feel something powerful. Real-life example. She talks about her job in her usual blasé tone. You look at her for 2 seconds and calmly say, "You're the kind of girl who smiles to hide the fact that she's in control, right?" Pause. You don't laugh. You don't seek her validation. She'll laugh, blush, deny it, defy you. It doesn't matter. The emotion is triggered, and you change the subject as if nothing happened. Her brain spends the night wondering why that sentence affected her. Obsessions nipped in the bud. Pillar 2. Anchor the state to yourself without ever claiming it. When she experiences an emotional peak in your presence, never say, "It's thanks to me." That destroys everything. Instead, mark the moment with a detached micro-phrase. She laughs loudly at one of your jokes. You look at her for a second and say softly, "That laugh, it rings true. I'm keeping that in mind." Then you change the subject. You just tattooed that feeling onto her subconscious. From now on, every time she feels joy, her brain will automatically think of you. Pillar 3. Total implicit control. You never ask, "When are we going to see each other again?" You say, "Thursday night will be quiet, come over." You never ask for her number. You hold out your unlocked phone and wait. You never say, "Kiss me." You look her in the eyes until she does it herself. This is domination that leaves no trace. Now we move on to the next level: hidden commands. These are seemingly innocent phrases, but they act like direct orders on her subconscious. Real-life example. A girl who is incredibly cold, always in control, never emotionally touched. One day in the elevator, I said to her, "There are people who spend their lives waiting for permission to let go, and when they finally do, they never want to go back." I didn't ask for anything. I didn't even mention her directly. But 3 days later, she was the one who sent me the first message at 2 a.m. Her subconscious had received the order: let loose with him. And she never knew why. Another example of a hidden command. It's weird. Sometimes you meet someone and you immediately feel understood, without needing to explain anything. You just programmed her brain to feel understood by you, and she'll do anything to make that happen. The most twisted technique I know, distorting her perception of time. You make the present moment seem like part of a story that started before and will continue after. Example at a party. It's funny. Some encounters make you feel like you've already experienced them, like this moment is already a memory. Her brain instantly scans and marks the scene as important. Result: she remembers you as something old, almost nostalgic, even though it was only 20 minutes ago. Another version, in a later message. Imagine when we look back on this night in a few months and say to each other, damn, it was already there from the beginning. You've just projected a shared future, even though her brain obviously treats it as half real. She's already in it. Combine it all. 1. You trigger strong emotions without chasing them. 2. You anchor those emotions to yourself without ever saying a word. 3. You lead with hidden commands and absolute confidence. 4. You loop the timeline so everything seems inevitable. And the best part? She'll never know you orchestrated it all. For her, it'll be chemistry. For you, it'll be pure control. You've just received the most powerful weapon in seduction. Use it wisely, or not at all. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever felt this way without understanding why? Or have you ever done this without knowing it was a method? I read everything. And if you want the even darker version, the one I don't even dare put on YouTube, the link is pinned in the first comment. Subscribe if you want the rest, because in the next video, we'll talk about how to completely erase her other options from her mind. You're not ready.